everyone. My name is Dr. Barbara Stovall, and I am the archivist for Oakwood University in Huntsville, Alabama. I have been in this position for 2 years and at Oakwood University for over 10 years. Some of the duties entailed as the archivist are to analyze and ensure that the current condition of the materials and the facility are applicable. The additional duties required are implementing the appropriate preservation measures for usage and long-term storage. Services are also to provide customers with assistance such as archival or digital requests, photocopies of documents or photos, and conducting tours. Sometimes assistance is needed to retrieve or review information on the archival website. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, most archival items are requested through telephone calls or emails. The responses are submitted through emails and sometimes mailed. Tours for the CLIR Rock Museum are now requested by appointment only. It is essential that I provide Oakwood University employees, students, its constituents, and the community with quality resources related to the institutional historical records. The University Archives is a section of the Dr. Eva B. Dykes Library and was established in 1973. The department housed a unique collection of artifacts, documents, manuscripts, yearbooks, and historical records about the history of Oakwood University and mostly African American Seventh-day Adventists. The mission of the University Archives is to acquire, preserve, and make available materials of value which focus on alumni, faculty, administrators, staff members, board members, and the community about the history of Oakwood University. The CLIR Rock Museum is a visual story of Oakwood University, African American Seventh-day Adventism, and African Americans. The museum is an extension of the archives. The museum exhibit rooms house display historical documents, artifacts, a rare collection of photographs and memorabilia of the university and the denomination. On this slide, you will find 3 featured pieces as you enter the museum. These items signify the history of Oakwood University. The digital collections are an online collection of yearbooks, annual bulletins, and other publications from Oakwood University. Our collections were started with a grant through Lyrasis and the HBCU Library Alliance. The HBCU Library Alliance is a consortium that supports the collaboration of information professionals dedicated to providing an array of resources designed to strengthen historically Black colleges and universities and their constituents. Currently, we have over 2,800 items digitized on the archives website. The Past Perfect online software makes it possible for patrons to review the online collection, request photos of the objects on the site, and through the Send Us Feedback link also helps us identify people in the photographs. The digital collection is an ongoing process by inputting information into the archival database system. Here you will find a link to the digital collection site on this PowerPoint presentation. I would like to take this time to talk about the 4 collections that are requested most often from the digital collections and from the archives. The requests are from faculty members, students conducting research, alumni who are planning class reunions, visitors visiting the institution, community researchers, historians, and relatives of alumni. One of the most exciting and interesting requests came from the relatives of the school's first principal, Solomon Jacob. He served as the principal from 1896 to 1897. He continued his work at the school as a business manager and the superintendent of the industrial vocational education from 1897 to 1902. A monthly average of phone calls and or emails of archival documents ranging from 25 to 30 requests by alumnus, students, faculty, staff, and the community. The collection I would like to highlight for this presentation are the Annanite Collection, the Aeolians, the History of Oakwood, and the Oaks and Oakwood Splendor. The Annanite Collection. Annanite was born in 1874. She was an author, educator, medical missionary, and an administrator. Annanite was among one of the most influential individuals in the history of Seventh-day Adventism. Raised in poverty, Anna developed an iron will and a steel revolver early that would characterize her life. Threatened many times with death, she was known to carry a revolver in her youth. She was also known to be an expert marksman. Anna taught herself how to read and write. She was the first Black woman of any denomination to serve as a missionary in India, which she did from 1901 to 1909. When Annanite returned from India back to the United States, she established a school and a church in her home state of Mississippi. In 1922, Annanite became the first president of the National Colored Teachers of Association of Seventh-day Adventists. In Mrs. Knight's nearly 50 years as a leader of this association, she was instrumental in financing scores of students' education, starting dozens of schools, improving Oakwood facilities. Annanite made a tremendous impact on the campus of Oakwood University, known as college at the time, for nearly a half a century. She was beloved and respected until her death on June 3rd, 1972. The education building here at Oakwood is named in her honor. She was also known as the daughter of Newton Knight, an American farmer, soldier, and Southern Unionist in Mississippi, best known as the leader of the Knight Company, a band of Confederate Army deserters who resisted the Confederacy during the Civil War. You can learn more about his story from the movie Free State of Jones and the Smithsonian Magazine. The Oakwood University Aeolians were organized between 1945 and 1946 by Dr. Eva B. Dykes. Since its establishment, the Aeolians have traveled widely, singing to many across the country. This choir has accomplished many things since its beginnings, such as being inducted into the Hall of Fame and winners of the 2017 Choir of the World. Allow me to share these 2 accomplishments. The Alabama Music Hall of Fame, located in Tuscumbia, Alabama, was established to honor the state's outstanding music achievers. On March 30, 2003, the Aeolians became the first college/university choir in the state to be honored by the unveiling of a bronze star installed in the museum's Walk of Fame. The Aeolians, with their unique harmony and musical excellence, competed in the Choir of the World competition during the Llangollen International Musical in Stedford in Llangollen, Wales, July 5th, 2017. The Aeolians are valued by our archives because of its history it carries. Many of their great performances and events that were captured are held here in the archives. There are numerous images that are conveniently placed in our digital archives, available to all. You can read more about the Aeolians by visiting our website at www.oakwood.edu and search for the Aeolians. Oakwood Industrial School opened its doors on November 16, 1896, with 16 students, 3 teachers, and a principal. Several of the 16 students came from the Morning Star Mission School. There were 4 buildings on the property plus 9 slave cabins, as well as the plantation house known as the Old Mansion. Because of 60 oak trees grew on the premises, the name chosen for the school was Oakwood Industrial School. 3 of the students are featured in the museum and the archives. Oakwood Industrial School, Oakwood Manual Training School, Oakwood Junior College, Oakwood College, and now Oakwood University has a strong heritage of excellence. The school's motto is, "Enter to learn, depart to serve." And now our final collection, The Oaks, Oakwood Splendor. The first issue of The Oaks was published in 1928. It served as the yearbook for Oakwood Industrial School, or Oakwood Junior College, that is. The yearbook is a treasured item of the school, more specifically, the archives. I personally chose to speak of the Oaks because it captures memories, faces, and events that may only be remembered by its presence in the yearbook. The yearbook is used to commemorate the school year and all its glorious times. The digital form of the Oaks is now available to students, faculty, and the community online. A reversion of Oakwood, A Vision Splendor, 1896 to 2010, written by Dr. Mervyn Warren, a graduate of Oakwood University, earning his BA degree in theology. Dr. Warren has published numerous articles and books which include the original version of the Oakwood, A Vision Splendor, 1896 to 1996. These stories of Oakwood University are a reflection from the author's perspective, highlighting the rich history and numerous accomplishments that Oakwood have achieved. This is one of the most requested items from the archives and viewed by many from our digital collection. In conclusion, the duties of the archivists and the staff members here in the archives is to preserve the history of Oakwood University. Oakwood has a deep history full of stories, artifacts, photos, and events. This university has changed and developed over the years from its humble beginnings of 16 students to over 1,400 students as of today. Its lifeline and memories are held within the archives. Through the archives, digitizing, website, and museum, we can keep these stories alive. The Archives Department is continually developing and progressing with the assistance of digital archiving. The art of preservation, accessibility, and display provides the opportunity to serve our students, faculty, and its community. The 4 collections presented in this presentation, as someone commented, the pillars of the archives, has granted me the ability to enter to learn and to be a pillar to serve. Now this is my rendition of bringing Oakwood University to life. This is my Oakwood story.